This is Michael McGrew, author of My Kind of Girl, Taking Losses, and also operational manager of Legacy Publishing Group, authors of the new rock stars. A little bit about me and how I got started was I was actually my first experience when I was 18. I was a lighting technician for BET, and coming from an urban area primarily, it was just really extreme and overwhelming to see other opportunities, especially with blacks, professional blacks. When I landed a lighting technician job with BET in '97, I worked with them between '97 and '99, so that gave me the opportunity to explore my own creativity. So pretty much that was the seed that was planted, and being a single father, pursuing a career in entertainment was pretty difficult until I actually decided to just go full throttle with it about 3 years ago. I think this was in 2008, where I wrote my first novel, My Kind of Girl, which was actually an awesome movie idea. But being in Virginia, it was pretty difficult for me to find associates and affiliates who were in film and involved in entertainment, who can help me fuel my drive and my ambition to pursue film. So instead of just talking about it, I decided to just reduce my ideas for movies and put them into a book form. And from there, my first book manifested, and I sold 5,000 books my first year. And from there, like my mentor tells me, if you sell one book, you're a professional. So since then, I've just been going full throttle. Started my own company, Legacy Publishing Group, and definitely, generated a huge following. And this is my calling. So actually, I finally understood what my uncle used to tell me when he said, your job is what you're paid for, and your calling is what you're made for. So I'm just glad I'm here, My son keeps me motivated. It's like, just being able to, having my own schedule, being able to contribute, being able to offer advice and help and support, with aspiring authors and writers. Just being educated and considered a professional in a particular genre or lifestyle, that feels good. So, my motivation is fueled by progress. Stop talking about it. I also have a website called bookbizcoach.com, where I offer tips and advice and industry secrets on how to, help you get in the game and stop, sitting on the sideline. You gotta wear a jersey in order to play in the game, So any advice I would say is, just don't even tell anybody, because when you talk about it, you bring it into a reality. The minute you think about something, it's reality. But a lot of people tend to dilute their progress, or they tend to block their blessing when they constantly just talk about it. Just don't bring it up until it's done. And that's what I did. Of course, you like to talk about it because you like to hear other people's, interests and other people's excitement, because that will, create some type of sense of urgency. Because, if you say, oh, I'm going to write a book, you don't want to embarrass yourself 3 months later by someone asking you, what happened to that book you say you was going to write. That's pretty embarrassing. But, you can either use it as motivation, or you can use it as just a means of a filler for conversation. So just discover that drive and prove a point. You gotta want it inside, first. I just had a video premiere on Facebook, an event, and I'm overwhelmed. Everybody is expecting this book. And, Room 111 is going to be released February 11th. It's basically exposing the behind-the-scenes politics of the music industry. We're not name dropping or anything like that, but it's based on actual events, and it's actually going to help commercialize my company, Legacy Publishing Group. This is our commercial. This book right here is going to give us the commercial success we need in order to proceed on a higher level of publishing. But I'm seriously excited. We have over 400 views already. We just released the trailer a week and a half ago. So I'm really excited to see the direction that we're gonna go with this company and with this novel. You know, my co-author Kisa Hakeem, she's a blessing. You know, everything happens for a reason, and ever since we've been talking about this project, both of us have been like so inspired, to present it to the public, and I have no doubt that it's gonna generate that wow factor from our readers and followers. Yeah, right now we're promoting the release for Room 111, which is going to be mid-February. It might not be, even though the book is going to be released on February 11th, we might not do our event until maybe like mid-February, because we have to push it back actually because the Oscars, are in January. We was actually going to release the book January 11th, but we definitely don't want to, conflict with the Oscars. Our premiere is going to be very official. Our PR campaign is very, very really into seeing the production value. So we have a couple public relations firms as well as event coordinators who are interested in working with us as well. We're looking at the House of Blues. So that that capacity has for 800 to 1,000 depending on the seating. But we're definitely trying to contribute something to the cause and promote adult literacy, and just let everybody know that authors are the new rock stars. Commercializing fiction or literature period and promote adult literacy and women's empowerment is our objective and goal. And with that being said, we got a huge mission ahead of us. So like I tell all my readers and affiliates and followers, your help and your support is a huge contribution towards our company development and growth. So just definitely continue to follow and support us, because we definitely want to promote adult literacy and get people to look at reading as another source of entertainment. You can follow me on Facebook at Mike the Author, Facebook.com, Mike the Author. You can also follow me on Twitter. You definitely got to follow me on Twitter at Michael McGrew. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is JLazy1, JAYLAZY, and the number 1. And join the movement and join the cause. I'm a fun guy. I'm a creative individual and character, and I definitely won't disappoint you and keep a smile on your face. Eventually we want to go into like film as well. My company specializes in marketing and promotions. So even though literature is our product, I use my stories as a means of especially with my character development. A lot of people, let me backtrack. A lot of people, they look at fiction as like it's not real, which is it's not real. But the reason I chose fiction is because it gives me an opportunity to create characters with similar backgrounds to my readers. And my target market, my demographic is women between the ages of 23 and 40. So I chose fiction primarily because it gives me opportunity to create characters, who live lives that people can relate to. So even though it's not a real story, it's real life scenarios, situations, and repercussions, trials and tribulations. It's written from a real perspective. But I'm also into self-help and motivation, how-to. I'm also developing an app right now, our Rockstar app, Authors of the New Rock Stars. We also doing a self-help book right now called Keep Your Eyes Open and Your Legs Shut. It's going to be targeted towards relationships, and one of my niches for public speaking is designer relationships, and a lot of people are interested in that and how I develop that. Designer relationships are basically you taking full control of who's in your life, you know, and what you have to do to succeed as well, you know. So as far as a designer relationship, I don't mean specifically with a significant other, but it could be with yourself. You know, just sit down and develop a plan, what you want to do with your own life, and the rest will follow. You know, and don't worry about money, because money follows, it never leaves. So I basically the whole concept of designer relationships is, you know, develop a plan, a blueprint of your life and what you want to do, and just proceed. You know, there's nothing else that holds you back except yourself.
Cool.
Yeah, you definitely have to go out and get the book, My Kind of Girl, Taking Losses. They're available on all e-reading devices for $2.99. And you also have the paperbacks. They're available at all bookstores nationwide. There's no way that you can't get this book, and I seriously suggest that you do. My Kind of Girl is about two guys who fall in love with the same girl, borderline romance, but the plot line is so. It's not confusing, but it's so much involved in the plot line. It's just hard to just give you a one-liner to describe it. I sold over 7,000 copies of My Kind of Girl since February, and this book here I sold 500 copies of this book since August 19th. This is one of my favorites. It's about a guy who, you know, pursues an illegitimate lifestyle until he finds Christ. Definitely a big seller amongst readers between the ages of 25 and 40 for my older crowd. And if you like, my books are like movies on paper. I put a lot into them, and I know you'll love them. So go ahead and get the book. So My Kind of Girl.